Question, Mark: did Iraq ever revalue their currency before, or will this be the first time? Marks: Iraq has revalued its currency 4 times in the last 120 years. There is a lot of historic precedence for this. I believe it was in the 1970s that we last saw Iraq have a major move up. Iraq's gold reserves rise to more than 17 trillion dinars. Quote, "This has many benefits, as it enhances economic and financial stability, protects against risks, and is considered an important tool for intervening in the foreign exchange market." Parliament will not be suspended. Parliamentary Legal Committee reveals the plan for sessions during Ramadan. Quote, "Iraqi Parliament will not be suspended early due to the upcoming legislative elections, stressing that the Council has a moral and constitutional responsibility to continue holding its sessions and approving the remaining laws. We started last year sending people to banks. We wanted them to see what banks would say. It turns out they were saying it's a scam. About 3 months later the banks changed their tunes and they started to say, we don't know anything. We don't have any information about that. And then recently at the beginning of the year, we know, but we can't talk about it, so leave me alone. All the bank stories we've gotten have been verifying this. I don't understand how people get telling you the truth as something negative. Based on the directives of the Central Bank of Iraq, we warn all citizens not to use digital payment tools, actively deal with the forex. Why would you be warning people about trading in digital currencies on the forex if you weren't going? There's no reason to even bring it up. Al-Alaq, Iraq has become one of the best countries in the world in controlling the sale of the dollar. Quote, Iraq has today become one of the best countries in the world in controlling the sale of the dollar, as this process is carried out with transparency and accuracy. Explaining that this mechanism is the most disciplined, transparent and controlled in the world, as indicated by international experts, highlighting these transformations and developments helps enhance international confidence in the Iraqi banking sector. Treasury imposes additional sanctions on Iran's shadow fleet as part of maximum pressure campaign. What do you do with a bad child? You send them to their room. Security and stability is so important for the monetary reform, it must not fail with the Iraqi citizens. At any snap of a finger it can fail with the Iraqi citizens, and if it does, the whole cards that are stacked up will fall apart. You want to talk about a delay? You want to talk about back to square one? I don't want to go back to square one. The IQD will never be replaced with a cryptocurrency, as the crypto will be used for cross-border payments only. The new digital currency is not made to replace the IQD. It is made to make it work more efficiently. I believe, this is how we will be paid for the RV. The IQD will not be stored in our reserves. This is all going to be unnecessary in the future world of fintech. This is also why I believe the RV is taking so long and Iraq is stalling with all their lame excuses that are illogical and do not make sense. That is my opinion based on the fact that K2 and Wyman are there now, schooling them on cross-border payments, which is a known fact. Question, how do you see this impacting the physical dinar we hold? The Iraqi dinar will always be a paper currency needed for domestic commerce. The Iraqi dinar will be electronic at the same time, just like the USD, credit cards, debit cards. However, there will be a necessity for cross-border payments and receipts. If Iraq wants to buy dates from Italy, they must pay for them, but how? Cross-border payment, Iraq is being schooled right now on digital currencies and how to use them. K2 and Wyman. Recent articles tell us they want to go digital, central bank digital currency, yikes. Article, Al-Sudani Advisor, digital currency is a qualitative leap that improves control and supports anti-money laundering, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. The infrastructure has to be built. My concerns, I don't ever want to give a government or banking or anybody that much control over my money to the point where you don't listen to them or they don't like what you're saying and it cuts you off from your money. That's a no-no. If they go to a digital currency, it means you'll have no privacy whatsoever. Oil price, Washington pressured Baghdad over Kurdistan oil to curb Iran's exports. Quote, the American website Oil Press, which specializes in energy affairs, published a report on Friday regarding the resumption of oil pumping from the Kurdistan region, confirming that Washington pressured Baghdad to do so, in order to reduce Iranian oil exports. Representative Mukhtar al-Musawi confirmed today, Monday, that the United States directly supervises the financial system in Iraq, and is aware of the entire movement of money. Al-Musawi explained to Al-Maluma that the United States directly supervises the financial system in Iraq, and is fully aware of the movement of funds entering and exiting the country, which gives it broad economic influence that affects the financial decisions of the Iraqi government. Regarding the security official, al-Musawi said that Iraq has recovered in terms of security and has become able to protect its lands from terrorist attacks, thanks to the development of the capabilities of the armed forces and the Popular Mobilization Forces, ruling out the possibility that Washington will use the ISIS terrorist organization card again, given the expected failure of such attempts in the face of the high security readiness enjoyed by the Iraqi military apparatuses. Al-Musawi criticized some parties that promote the possibility of the return of the threat of the terrorist organization, and an attempt to repeat the 2014 scenario, stressing that the security forces and the Popular Mobilization Forces are ready to thwart any terrorist activity that may target the country. According to observers, the United States is playing its suspicious role in Iraq, whether through economic intervention or waving the security card, which calls for a firm national position to end its guardianship and restore full sovereignty. Mazar Mohammed Saleh, the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, confirmed that the geopolitical controls imposed on informal trade contribute to expanding dealings with official outlets for foreign currency, which contributes to financing foreign trade through the sound international financial system. He pointed out in his statement to Euphrates News, that this shift aims to move away from informal financing from the parallel dollar market intensively, especially with the change in the behavior of small traders in avoiding the parallel market linked to the country's regional and geopolitical problems. Saleh added that this shift comes in the context of the importance of increasing Iraq's foreign reserves and confronting money smuggling operations, in addition to facilitating external transfer operations through Iraqi banks that deal with international banking correspondents, at an official exchange rate of 1,320 dinars per dollar. He also stressed that the end of the compliance platform phase adopted by the Central Bank of Iraq in the past 2 years and the country's entry into a new phase has contributed to providing great flexibility in financial transfers